Hello everybody, welcome back to LQ's Creations. So I thought I'd go in here and hope you're having, I always start talking and then I forget, I apologize. I hope everybody is having a good day, a good week. Enjoy this beautiful weather we've been having here in California and anywhere else. Hopefully the weather is okay. Anyway, today I am coming on here because I have the Spellbinders sent me a collection that is called Spring in Kyoto by Alex Syberia Designs. They've been working with them. So I've got some of the pieces from the collection, but the first thing that I was sent was the Better Press, which has some of the umbrellas and everything. I think that's going to be a really fun background to work with and just make a really nice card and background from that. And then from here, this one's called Fan and Bow. So it's got a fan and then of course a bow that you can cut out from it, and so it looks, and of course I received the samples, but when you get them they'll be all in a nice package and everything, and there'll be inspiration that will help you get some ideas of how to use it. So that's another one. And then the other one that I received, this one's gonna be cool. This was it Kokish dolls. So when I was looking at some of the examples, they make some really beautiful dolls looking out of it. That's gonna be just so fun to play with. So here you've got what looks like a dot to cut the hair. This is another one to cut the hair. This looks like this cuts the face. This cuts the body of the lady or the doll. This one, I think this fits into there to give that extra boxy looking kind of piece for the hair. And then you've got the hairpins, you've got flowers and things to put. Looks like this, I think, may go on to make the puffs of the bows or just decorations on the hair. You know, you've got other things that you can put on there to make, to dress up the doll and stuff. And then this is part of the clothing. And then this is probably for belts and things. So, and this is to put in the center of this little piece here, so of the clothing. So I think this is just gonna be really fun. I could see already probably some bright red to use in here. Of course, knowing me, I'm gonna go in my normal family favorite colors, which is the teals, and use. So I'll choose some colors here and get to making some cards, and I'll get to cutting, and then of course at the end, stay tuned, we'll have the big reveal of the beautiful cards that I was able to create of this. I'm thinking I'm gonna challenge myself and go ahead and try to do 3. I'm not gonna promise, but hopefully we'll do, but you'll have to stick around to see. So hopefully you're enjoying the music, and I will be right back so that you can get your groove on while I'm cutting. some really beautiful cards. Again, let's review where we started with this lovely stuff. We started out with these beautiful dies. That is the Spring in Kyoto by Alex Syberia. Just an awesome collection. I ended up going and buying the rest of the collection, as you'll see in a little bit. So these were what was sent to me by Spellbinders, and so I just wanted to put that out there, that I have the fan die and the one that makes the doll, and then I have the background embossing or and folder, which you'll see I actually use this a few times in a few of the cards. But what I don't have at the time of this video is the stencil that you can use, which, I'm sorry guys, I'm missing the die, which is the one for the better press for the umbrella. It's here. Oh, it's over on my other desk, but I don't have that one for the parasol one, but I still made use of the embossing folder for it. So anyway, so this is where, so I bought the rest of the collection because I just really like this collection. So you'll see I use these sentiments in there, which these are the blooms and sentiment statements, and so just a really nice collection with that flower, and I think some really just good general, you know, words that you can use for any card for really any occasion. And then of course these beautiful flowers here. I didn't use this sentiment this time in cards, but I will in probably in future cards. So the reveal, I ended up making 4 cards. One is a bonus additional card, which I'll show you in a little bit, from an older die set that Spellbinders came out with. But here's the first card that I did, that I used the main die set, which was, sorry for being a little unorganized here, which was this one here. And so I ended up, as you can see, I cut her hair out of black cardstock Raven. I used a few of this little strip here, which I believe is used to like put around the hair to kind of make it look like it's a scrunchie in there. So I used that. And then I did like a little silver cutout for like lipstick on her. And then put her in this really light purple kind of like kimono. And so I thought that came out really cute. And as you see, I used one of the sentiments for you. And then I got a little crazy with, as you saw, or I probably did off camera, I did a lot of glimmering as well too. And I actually did this background. I took some inks and just kind of did them across the sheet in different colors. And then I took just some silver foil and just glimmered it on, and I thought with the flowers, of course, from the Better Press, and just thought it came out really pretty. And so from there I used these flowers. So that's where this die set is coming in, from the Better Press. And there's the background, which I thought it just made a really just cute little sweet card. So that's the first card I made. The second card I made was actually this one. So I thought this one was just really cute. This is my favorite girl here, right here with the glasses and the long hair. I just thought she was cute. I kept it really simple, as you can see, sorry about that, and just kind of did some silver foil on white. I didn't want to color in, and I have to admit my coloring skills are still a work in progress. So I apologize for that. I'm working on getting that better. As you see, I used the sentiment Love You. And then I took some other dies from Spellbinders and used like the torn paper effect and gave it the aged look. And then I used the embossing folder, but I used like some gold and silver rub on the back to give it just a little bit of dimension to it and to give it like a little old look to it. And I just think this card came out really cute. So just for any special occasion. So that one. The third card I came in with on this series was this one. Here are the other two girls from the Better Press. Same thing, I just used some hot silver foil on paper and just did that with the two lovely ladies. And then as you see, I used a sentiment thank you. There's the Better Press parasol background to it. All I did was on plain white paper, I just took some ink pads just in various, not any particular order, and just kind of put a little ink here, a little ink there. There's even some gold splatter and white and splatter in the back, and I thought that came up with an really interesting background. And then I just hot foiled some black foil on there, and that's how I came up with that. Again, there's the torn paper in the back. So yeah, I was having a little bit of fun with this, as you can see. So there's my third card. So right now we have these three lovely cards that came out of the collection using just about everything. My last bonus card is this one. This is a really old die set from Spellbinders. I'm not sure if you can even get it anymore, but I hadn't used this one and it was just kind of sitting there. I said, you know, this will be a really good one to use this with. So it makes a really pretty kimono. And then of course, as you see, there's one of those sentiments again, the missing you one. Here's the little flower that came out from one of there. And then I used the fans. And I thought this was really cool to make just a nice background with the fans on there, as you can see. And then I got crazy again with the hot foil and just hot foiled some flowers on there. And that's how that little card came out. So I think it came out really cute and just something simple and just a card that I can give to someone for any occasion. So yeah. And I do have some friends I haven't talked to in a while, and I actually do miss them. So I might be sending this to one of them. Just saying. And on the inside, on this one, I did a top fold, which is a 6x6, but there's another little flower that I did right there, just to give it a little definition on the inside. So that's something that you can do. I haven't put a message in there yet, which I will, whoever I send this card to. But good way, if you have the extra dies, or any cutouts or anything, you're not sure what to do, put them on the inside of the card. Sometimes I do that. I sometimes will decorate the other side with a nice little pretty flower decoration, depending on the occasion. So that was how that one turned out. So there are 4 wonderful cards that were made by this beautiful collection from Alex Syberia, the Spring in Kyoto set. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. So again, I want to say thank you to Spellbinders for sending me part of this beautiful collection. I'll have my affiliate link down below. Again, if you like the music and you're jamming to it, just let me know. I'd appreciate a thumbs up, which will help me to continue to grow the channel, as well as, hey, I'm still learning all of this. So if you think video image can be a little better, give me some pointers. Let me know. Comment with it down in the comments. I do read comments and I do reply back. So I hope you will join me next time. I'm just getting started. I have some more coming down, more nice lovely videos coming in the collection. And till then, I'll see you next time.